Good morning, you beautiful people. So today we are moving wood, moving the roof and taking it home. Now the very first clip that I made was very chaotic. It's where I go and pick these guys up, and I wanted to make a point, but the camera work is shoddy and so on. But there's still some footage in there that's good to see. Good how eager these guys want to work. From the time I just drove past this crowd, showed my hands full, and before I could get out of the car, there was already a whole bucket full of people. Very chaotic, but good to see how much these people really want to work. And the point that I wanted to make is that the big thing that you forget by reclaiming things is the time it takes. So this morning we've got Build It, the company building, helping us with a truck for a very reasonable price, and that is then paid by Andrew and Tom Pinfold, the transport. But I had to get extra guys. My guys are all working from the other side. They're bringing wood from that side that we stored there. These guys are bringing wood closer to here, so that when the truck arrives, that we can load it very quickly. That was the only condition on Build It's wonderful price, is that they don't want to sit and spend time here. They want to stop, load and rush, because they still have to do a big delivery out of town, 120 kilometers out of town, with the same truck, so we have to hurry. So one of the hidden costs of reclaiming things is time. Môre manne.
Ja, môre manne, ons is 4 gesê.
Ek soek net 4 manne.
Ja, vir my.
Nee, ek het vir jou gesê 4. Nou kies jy jou 4.
Okay, ja. Vir my gewys.
Is reg, ek het vir jou gewys 4. Nou jag die ander manne af.
Okay, lei dit af.
Af. I see, this is a problem. So the easiest way is to get one guy, so the guy in the blue. Yeah, daar is die baas. Get the one guy in blue to choose his 4, because otherwise you have a problem. See, that one can't talk, but you only need 4, so that's a big problem. Okay, I'll probably have to start getting people off the car. Yeah, it's parked far away from the spot. In any case. 4, net 4. Come off. So to get these guys off the bucket, when you have a closed car it's easier, but when you have a bucket it's a big problem. Okay, so that big wood pile is on top now. There's still a couple of remnants there, and now we are starting to harvest from the side, trying to get these ones on. Not sure whether we'll get everything on the first load. Then we'll have to wait a week or 2 before the truck is available again. But this is already quite a lot that we can move. Okay, so Build It has arrived, and this is, I would say, about 90% of the material. We still have to lift the metal sheets. Needs to come still, but this guys was in a bit of a hurry, so we will have to get them on. I put in a short a little bit earlier about the Oregon pine, and so in the earlier years of construction in Namibia and South Africa, South Africa didn't have enough pine forests. Namibia still doesn't have any pine forest at all, even though in the north I believe we do have areas that's suitable for it. Namibia didn't have enough, South Africa didn't have enough for construction purposes. They were depleting the local woods, and so the government instructed people to stop harvesting from the natural woods and then import wood from Oregon. I forgot the exact name. I'll put it in the description of the kind of fir that it was, the kind of pine that it was. And so many of the old roof trusses, etc., is made with Oregon pine, and that was done to save the local timbers, local woods, forests, etc. Our species are mostly hardwood species, and so the difference that you can see, or the way that you can see the difference, is a thin grain. It took many years to grow, where the pine that's grown in South Africa has got a very thick lines apart. So what we've done here for now, the main purpose is just to take off the wood so the truck can go. But we'll be stacking the wood on the tires so they are safe from the termites. We placed some plastic just to keep the grass down or to kill the grass out, and then we'll place the wood on top of the tire so there's still some air. Okay, then I also want to thank Roland and Lissa and Mikon for tool money, for buying a saw that can turn this into something useful. All of these things will go into different projects. Emmanuel's house, the stables, will get the roof over there, and then Wally's hothouse, you can't see that, it's hidden behind the tree. Wally's greenhouse or sunroom will also be made with these timbers. And so we are about halfway there with the saw, with money for the saw. So I really appreciate that so much. Thank you guys. It's happening much faster than I anticipated. So Lucas will be using construction rubble, some of that construction rubble there, to go start fixing the roads. While there was still water here, the clay just made these deep holes in the roads. And so Lucas added already some, but we still need to add quite a lot of rubble in there to fill up the holes and to get the roads more stable for Songo to drive safely. Just a quick, yes, that one will work as well. Just a quick update on the chickies. So we cleaned out the coop completely this morning. They messed their water out, so they were now without water for about an hour, and see how they are storming this water coop. And now they are finally big enough for me to put the water on a little bit of a height so the sawdust doesn't get in. We'll put the other water on that one. I hope they will be high enough to get to that. And that will just keep the water cleaner longer. Otherwise the kids have got like an hourly duty almost to come and clean the water, and that also messes the cleanliness of the cage completely if you have to take wet sawdust out of the water constantly. You can see they got one piece in here, but on a normal day it would have been all been finished by now. Okay, so we haven't lost any chooks in basically since the second night. The second night is the last time we lost any chooks. So we're down to 90 chickens now. Cornell, that's a huge financial loss, and he said, well, the big loss is now the cost of the chicken, the original, chook. But the food that they don't eat, the food that you save by not feeding those, you'll feed the others, and the others will gain more weight. So your batch will have extra food for 10 chickens, basically. That's what it comes down to. The big losses come when you start losing chickens the last week and the second last week. Those ones have already eaten everything, then you lose a chicken, then it's a big financial loss. Finally got time to visit the shack. The shack is where they take fridges and things like that falls out of trucks, and so before it goes to the shop it would get damaged, and then it never reaches the shop. So it's a new fridge that's been severely damaged by transporting it. So this specific one, energy efficient, A+++, so it uses very little energy. Price is 4,700. But this one looks like it's been used before. Freezer below, fridge on top. So that's one of the bigger ones. 4,700. That's about 50 coffees. That one is about the same size. It looks like exactly the same model as well. 4,700. That's one sold, so it doesn't matter. These ones a little bit smaller. KIC is 2,500. Same kind of deal. Freezer on top, fridge below. I was hoping to get a box freezer, but they don't have any at the moment. Okay, I see these ones in the back has been sold as well. So two smaller ones, 2,500, and then again 2,500, or the bigger ones, 4,700 and 4,700. I think one combo like this would maybe be enough, you know, big enough for the ice creams and things like that on top, and then big enough for cool drinks and things like that. Ice creams below, cool drinks on top perhaps. Where are you ladies walking off to? So it was quite a productive day, from gathering wood to getting old brick material. Thanks to you guys, we employed 4 extra people today. That was a great benefit. And then yesterday I asked about this tree, this pomegranate tree, whether we should cut one branch, leave the strongest one, whether we should leave it for the season. And so the tribe has spoken. They said we should cut it off right at the base, completely right off. Now I'm just struggling to hold this. Sakatoors. Cut it off right at the base so the rootstock can grow off. No, I'm just joking. It looks like most people said we should leave it for the season, let it grow, leave it as a bush, and it will grow stronger and most likely gather more fruit that way. So we're gonna leave it as a bush and maybe even have it stay as a bush forever. Depending, I'll probably ask next season again what we should do here, what we should do. As always, I work for comments. I appreciate those so much, and that's the end of my story. Have a wonderful day.